This is something that happens far too often with dating apps. The medium is the message. But what exactly does this mean? One medium, cell phones, gave way to the rise of dating apps. These apps have completely revolutionized the way in which we connect, chat, and become intimate with one another. However, how has this new medium of social interaction completely morphed us as a society? Consider the following. By number of users, Tinder is the most popular dating app at a whopping 7.86 million users in the United States alone, over 1.5 times more the runner-up, Bumble, which only has 5.03 million. Thanks to its size, Tinder will be the key focus of this video. Its interface is simple. First, you set who you want to see based on gender, age, and distance. Then you get to swiping. Left if you don't like the person, right if you do, and up if you want to be a creep and send a super like. Of course, Tinder functions within the freemium realm of things, providing a more premium experience to those who subscribe to Tinder Plus and Tinder Gold. These tiers give access to features such as unlimited daily likes, no advertisements, and seeing who likes you before you send that creepy message. Over 10% of Tinder's users subscribe to the premium features. Some of these features are also pay-as-you-go, not only keeping users engaged, but also exploiting their dollars. What about all these people who are online more often and use these features? How does it affect whom they are and how they see themselves? Remember, the medium is the message. The content derives around the medium, not the other way around. And this medium allows for an obscure number of risque messages which we'd rather spare Professor Anderson from seeing. Shout out to Mac 145, the class for which I was forced to make this video. Anyway, phones are designed to be addicting. From the network effect to non-human notifications, Tinder does it all, even sending notifications such as the following. Yes, these are admittedly from my own Tinder profile, but that is besides the point. Now, what makes Tinder so addictive? It all boils down to three things. 1. Mobility. All of Tinder's users are nearby, shown to users based on the user's calibration. And with people constantly signing up and locations constantly changing, there is an urge to see if there is anyone new nearby. You know, just for the fun of it. 2. Immediacy. Once two people click on Tinder, it's off to the races. If not on Tinder and greeted with a splash screen when the match occurs, the user will get a notification delighting him or her that his or her next date or hookup or sugar daddy or whatever it is awaiting a message. If a message has not already been received, that is. 3. Visual dominance. Tinder is a master at scopophilia, or pleasure in looking. Unlike other dating apps which depict users in smaller circles or grids, Tinder's interface is heavily appearance-driven, with the user's profile taking up a majority of the screen real estate. Combine the oh yeah, right swipe mentality with the gamification of socialization, there's practically no reason to put the phone down. Except maybe, to go meet that date in real life. So let me guess, you get it, Tinder is bad, woohoo! But this is where things start to ramp up. We must also consider smartphone addiction. One Korean-based study compared smartphone-addicted teens to non-addicted teens. Those who were addicted, in addition to showing the expected lower marks in exams, showed elevated levels in anxiety, depression, insomnia, and impulsivity. In fact, the addicted teens' brains had significantly higher levels of GABA when compared to a different type of neurotransmitter that energizes the brain. This shows a similar addiction to alcohol, drugs, and gambling, resulting in anxiety and panic when the addiction isn't satisfied. These same teens also showed lesser gray matter in brain scans. This gray matter, however, is rich in nerve and cell bodies, and many of the areas are related to memory, attention, and language. Thus, those with more gray area are often noted to have a higher IQ than those who have lesser. Now let's tie this back to Tinder. Tinder does not just stimulate, it also emotionally damages. And despite this pain, which often manifests in the form of ghosting and rejection being virtual, the feelings are real. And with the rapid-fire interface of Tinder comes rapid-fire rejections, resulting in one emotional jab after the next. On the other hand, however, one study conducted by Catherine Cadudo and her colleagues found that Tinder felt like a safe haven for some, causing many to feel as though they are worth something online, but not necessarily offline. So, not all bad, right? Wrong. The safety of an online world does nothing but pull users out of reality. The encapsulating milieu of users began to disintegrate, feeling simply not worth living. Despite Tinder serving as an outlet for those with social anxiety, it did nothing but exacerbate the situation, causing these users to skip school, work, and even social events. So, is there anything good that comes with using Tinder? Well, that probably depends on how you use it. If you configure your smartphone and Tinder settings in a way that allow you to not only become less addicted, but set up so that you actually happen to meet the love of your life online, then maybe. In fact, 85% of Tinder daters say I love you within the first year of dating compared to 80% of offline daters. Of course, this can also be a result of the I want it now nature of the Tinder interface. So, with all this being said, will I delete Tinder? Honestly, I don't know. Maybe? But at the end of the day, Tinder is yet another social platform, wanting to keep its users engaged, and it is no shock that its valuation is near $10 billion as of early 2020. And there is something to be said for their strategy, with over 57 million global users across 190 countries. However, it is nothing but another evil component in the digital landscape, exploiting our precious time, health, and resources in favor of using us for monetary gain. And with smartphone addiction already curbing mental health, dating apps, including Tinder, are nothing but an additive in an already toxic mix.